This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god,
yeah!
We need to find the fourth dimension, and by finding all these tiny little perfect things that happen in our neighborhood or in our town or whatever, we're gonna find the fourth dimension, and we're missing one. I'll pick Andrew Garfield. Peter 3.
Peter 3.
Ooh, that comic book filter.
This green ball?
This green tennis ball is Vecna, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're talking about Chippendales the dancers, right? Not
Yeah.
Chippendales the chipmunks? Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Cinema
Hey, Cinema Beams!
Oh man, that was a hard yawn.
That was a hard yawn.
I wasn't ready for it. That was a hard yawn. Long time no see.
Long time no see. We hope everyone had a great summer. Mm-hmm. It's fall, y'all, or I guess not yet. Not till September 21st.
Kendra just wants it to be fall. She was posting on Instagram. She's like, guys, it's fall. I'm like, not yet. Not yet.
It's in the air. It's happening, okay?
Okay. I mean, I guess
I just want spooky month. I want spooky month.
You're like those memes where it's like, oh yeah, like everybody else, me, spooky month. I'm ready.
Yeah.
What was my thought?
Well, I mean, all the
Starbucks
stores are doling out all the decorations, and Spirit Halloween stores are out now. I'm like, my gosh, guys.
They start as early as they can.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, as of recording today, I think Starbucks has released their pumpkin spice items already.
Yes, they have. Yes.
So in terms of like Starbucks, yes, it is fall.
Mm-hmm. Starbucks is the official deemer of fall, I guess, nowadays.
Mm-hmm. You listen to them when it's fall.
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Not the leaves on the trees.
No.
Not the sun setting earlier in the sky for Starbucks.
We don't really... I mean, yeah, we get some pretty... Like, we usually get, I don't know, maybe just because the trees around here, we just have a lot of, like, yellow leaves, so I don't know what kind of tree that is. But, like, when you see those pictures and they're, like, red, and you're like, oh, it looks so gorgeous. But sometimes we're lucky. We have, like, a week of fall, and then it's all gone, and then snow, and then it's sadness.
Yep, that's Alberta for you.
Bringer of sadness.
Bringer of sadness.
The bringer of sadness. It'd be nice if it got other colors, but again, I guess that just depends on the variety of trees you have in your area.
Yeah, there's one strip just down not too far from where I live, down one of the main roads there, that's all beautiful different colors. So there's like orange and red and green and yellow, and there's always people who pull over on the road and just like go out and take pictures. Like there's a certain time of year, there's just like a line of people with their families taking photos. It's just so funny because it's this busy main road. It's hilarious.
This one strip is fall.
Yeah.
This is the Instagram strip.
Exactly.
This is where we get our Instagram pics.
This is the photo
here.
op section here. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just picturing it right now.
Next time I drive past it when they're out there, I'll send you a Snapchat.
Hell yeah, please do.
So funny, yeah.
Because again, I'm picturing it as like one of those mediums in between like two roads.
No, it's on one side of the road, so it's like
okay.
It's basically the barrier dividing the neighborhood from the main road.
Okay,
but,
that's a little bit better because
it's still
like
quite
I said,
funny.
I pictured a medium and just everyone's like parked everywhere and people are trying to run across a street to get to this. They're like, I must get my Instapic.
Oh yeah, it's quite funny. It's very hilarious.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll make fun of people all the time, but guess what? I'm also a little bit of an Insta whore.
Oh yeah.
I like to take my good pictures and I want to share them, and I want to see how many you fuckers like it and or see it. Anyways, we're going to talk about the Barbie movie today.
Woo! Barbie.
I think we'll just talk Barbie. I don't know how long ago you saw it, but I saw it while I was away in a small town in a movie theater.
Nice. I'm pretty sure I saw it at the end of June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in like July.
Or sorry, July. Yeah, I meant July, not June.
I was like, damn, Kendra, you really had a game. I guess the next question is, did you Barbenheimer?
No, I didn't. The people I went and saw it with were like, should we go see it now? And I'm like, no, thank you.
I feel like I also didn't do it, but I feel like if I were to do it, I would have seen Oppenheimer first, and then to end the night with Barbie on a happy note.
Yeah.
Versus Oppenheimer. But Yar, what were your what were your thoughts of the movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it?
My question first for you is, did you go dressed in pink for the movie?
No.
Oh no.
Should have. Did you dress in pink?
I did, yeah.
Oh hell
I was subtle about it though. I didn't go full pink. I just had like a bright pink tank top under my jumper that I was wearing.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm not gonna be like go all that out, but I'll participate a little bit.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! We are
ready to go. There were some people who really went full out.
Oh, I bet.
Like
I like seeing the Instagram reels of them.
Yeah.
Of them paying for their tickets, and they're like, "What movie are you seeing?" And they're like, "Can't you tell?"
Yeah, right.
And they're like, "Oppenheimer."
Oppenheimer, yeah.
I was like, "Damn." I was like, "So good, so good."
Right. But yes. So to answer your question, did I enjoy the movie? Yes, I did.
Hells yeah.
I thought it was a fun time. It was very funny. I mean, I won't bring it, like, I'm not going to bring it down and be like, well, blah, 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 blah. But, like, I feel like as most movies of that caliber are these days, they get overhyped a little bit. So I feel like, for me at least, maybe just all the hype and everything kind of, I don't know, you get wrapped up in it all. I'm not going to say that took the enjoyment out of the movie for me, but I guess I was, maybe it was just because I was more confused by the fact that it didn't feel so much of a kids movie as they initially advertised it to be or whatever, and because there was a lot of kids there with all the the jokes were more PG-13. Obviously it was rated PG-13.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like a lot of these kids are laughing because everybody else is laughing. They're not laughing because they understand the jokes, you know?
That's fair. I've heard a couple people say that, but maybe I'm crazy. I think I went in knowing, I was like, this isn't going to be for kids.
Okay, yeah, so maybe I was just one of the people, because I nowadays...
To be fair, you're not alone. You're not alone. I feel like that's was a common thing, and I was like, huh, interesting.
I just, myself, I don't try to keep up too much with a lot of the advertisements for things or read into the news before I see the movie, because I just find it takes me out of the... Like, it gives me either too high expectations or just takes the enjoyment out of the movie for me. So I did my best not to read into too much of it. So I kind of went in completely, like, not knowing what to expect.
You were just like, I'm blindsided. What's happening?
Right?
Yeah, I've heard that, though, from a lot of people. And I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe just because I was like, well, I can't imagine... I'm going to butcher her name. Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig, yeah.
I was like, she's not gonna make a kids movie.
True, that's true, yeah.
You know, and you're not alone. I've had a lot of people be like, oh, like I was surprised, like this wasn't really a kids movie, but I don't know. Maybe just because they're like, oh, it's Barbie, it's gonna be just for kids,
right? And just because the amount of kids I saw. At the theater, I was like, okay, so this is going to be kind of like more like, I was thinking in the realm of like the teen movies we used to watch, you know, like the Freaky Fridays and the sleepovers and like those kinds of thing. I thought it was going to be more in that kind of realm. So yeah, I guess that's maybe where that confused me a little bit. But again, it didn't take my enjoyment away from the movie. It was just an observation I had.
No, I think that's, I concur. I concur with your observation. Yeah, I thought it was really funny. Like, I had a great time. Like, to be fair, that movie was bonkers.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, at least it was bonkers in, like, a good way. Like, sometimes you watch movies and you're like, that was so fucking weird. And you're like, did I enjoy that?
Right?
Or was I just, like, stunned the whole time and I don't know how to feel?
There were some moments where I was like, okay, where is this going? And then they'd, like, explain it and kind of, or, like, tie it up. And I'd be like, okay, it's, like, we're going on. Okay, cool, this is good. Like,
right?
It wasn't just like you were saying, where you're like, what is happening? Like, what?
Right?
Yeah.
I will say there was, like, a couple things. Like, I don't know if it's just because it's, like, my brain and I'm like trying to dissect things. There's a couple things where it's like I don't fully understand the meaning of this.
Okay.
So like there's a couple times where it was like the one that comes to mind was when Barbie was going to be put back into the box.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what does that mean? Like, is she alive? Is she just in the box? Or is she
Right?
dead?
That
Like, I
was...
wasn't quite sure what the ramifications of that were. I know it was bad. I just didn't know what that meant, I guess.
I agree. I know exactly what you mean, because I too was like, again, my my imagination started going, okay, so is this like, this is the portal to go back to Barbie Land, or like are they gonna like put her
Right.
into shipment somewhere and she's gonna go into a toy store, kind of like Toy Story sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
But now I think it was just kind of a symbolism for putting women in a box to shut
Yeah,
them
I
up.
literally, the second I was saying that, I was like, was that actually a metaphor for just putting us in a
I think
box?
so. Yeah, I think that was kind of more the gist.
Okay. All right, so it only took me a month later to think about that, but it was a thinker. It was
Yeah,
a thinker.
but I agree. Like there are moments, and
Mm-hmm.
again, no hate towards filmmakers, because you do what you can and you're trying to get a message across. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it is hard to keep up with the movie when you're two steps behind, still trying to dissect what was going on in that last scene. Yet you're still
Yeah.
going. I get that. Like there are moments. Like, I mean, I guess that's for going
Yeah.
to see it again. That kind of helps too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like sometimes it's hard to enjoy a movie when you're also trying to catch up with the things that's happening. You're like, okay, what did
Yeah.
that mean? I'm trying to understand it, right?
Yeah, I can't. I know there's two other moments too that were very similar. Where I was like, I don't understand, like, yeah, the ramifications of like what this means for the story.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe now that I've realized with the Barbie box, maybe it was just like another metaphor that I'm just over the head.
Okay, yeah.
If I remember during this episode, I will bring them up. But
Okay.
I cannot think of it for the life of me.
Okay, cool.
Although now I'm excited that you saw it because I want to jump ahead.
Okay.
I think like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very funny. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it balanced this idea of like being very satire-y, but at the same time, like trying to have like a meaningful message, but also realizing it's kind of hard to do that. So like I liked that balance. But
Yeah.
holy crap. That one line that Barbie said when she was like, wow, I was in a trance. Like, I was obsessed with getting the Zack Snyder cut. I was like, what the fuck? Me and my brother howled. I was like, this movie is so wild, but that's the wildest shit in this
That was
whole
my
entire
favorite.
movie.
That was my favorite part.
Like, holy fucking shit.
I was like, thank you. Someone acknowledged this. Thank you.
That was so fucking weird.
Oh, it was so funny.
But God, was it funny.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, this movie's really wild and there's a lot of wild things happening, but that right there, that was fucking insane.
So good. Yeah, no, I think they nailed it with a lot of good jokes. The cast was great too. I just feel like they all delivered very well. Even the ones who weren't like the main like people you recognized and stuff, like everyone just did a really
Alan.
good job. Yeah, Alan.
I loved how Alan beats the shit out of all those workers, and then America Ferrera and her daughter decide to go back to Barbie Land,
Mm-hmm.
and they're driving. And he's just like, I'm never gonna be able to escape. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna escape. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, poor Alan. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Right. And I like that they had
So
like
good.
I know they didn't have like a ton of screen time, but like Will Ferrell and Kate McKinnon, like they did pick good people to, I don't know, just like add to the humor and the world and
Oh, yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of surprised when they cast Ryan Gosling as
Me too.
Ken,
Yeah.
but not to like the degree like other people were saying.
Oh really?
Like some people were like, he's too old to play Ken, and I'm like, huh? What? Like there's times where it's like, yeah, I think like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking of like when we cast like 30-year-olds as high school kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is where we're gonna draw the line, that he can't play Ken, a doll? Like,
Yeah.
ugh. And some other not very nice things said, which, I mean,
Everyone's a critic.
that's true. But I mean, I didn't doubt his ability. I was like, well, if they casted him, it's gotta be for a reason.
And I mean, I don't
You
I don't
know?
want to sound biased or anything either too, but I feel like at least from what I've seen of Ryan Gosling, he is I don't think I've ever heard him say this himself, but I just feel like he's choosy with the roles he portrays, and when he does them really well. Like, I can't say, again, I haven't seen all of his movies, but I can't say out of the ones I've seen he's done a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's a really good actor, and so
That's
to do
true.
something fun like this, he clearly has a background in dance, as I've seen tons of, like, reels on Instagram showing, like, behind the scenes of the movie, but then, like, him as a kid doing dance routines and stuff like that.
Yeah. Someone
So,
was telling me that his dance routine from the Mickey Mouse Club made it to
yeah,
the movie. And I was like, that's such a cool Easter egg. That's really
right?
dope.
Yeah, and then he's in a band, so he's got the pipes to back that up and stuff. So I don't know. I think he's overall, and he did La La Land too, so he's experienced with musicals and stuff. And
Right.
I don't know. I thought he did good.
I did like when they did like the the musical number, like I think it was part of still part of the song I'm Just Ken.
I'm just Ken.
And they did kind of like the I don't want to like I don't know the exact year, but just like that like when they kind of did what it looked like it was gonna be like Grease Lightning, but it was like they were performing on like a sound stage doing a musical number.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was that's very reminiscent of very old musicals of them having like a grand stage and stuff. So
Yeah.
I liked that. I thought that was very
Me too.
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And I will say that beach off was hilarious.
I'll beat you off.
Like when they were having the fight on the beach too, I was just like, this is cinema. I love it. Like we can do fucking anything. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I think it's definitely hard to avoid with this movie, but I know some people have said like they find it was too political or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I enjoy the humor because it balances really well with this idea of like satire, but still trying to like give a positive message. And I think that's kind of the point of the movie, that like, you kind of just have to try to be yourself in a world that, it just feels like it's unfair, and it's unfortunately, still continuously unfair sometimes to women. But
it is, yeah.
You just kind of have to keep trying. You can't be like Barbie, that one scene where she's like, I'm just gonna give up. It's like, well, you can't give up. You have to like, keep going. And like, so like to me it's like I don't know, that's why I liked it, because I thought it was this nice balance. And then America Ferrera gives that speech, and it's like, oh yeah, like some days it does feel like that, where it's like, oh, I can't do this, but if you don't do this, like like that whole speech like really resonated. It's like, yeah, sometimes it does feel like that. But then we had the Zack Snyder joke, and then, but then it went like right back into like the comedy of it all.
Mm-hmm. I think that's like you said, it's a good balance to be able to hit home with deep messages like that, but still keep it fun and light for people, so that it's, because like you said, like there's people who are going to say it's too political, but nowadays like we're inundated with so much of that stuff. You're going to see it all the time. If you can't try to separate that from, like, you just have to accept the fact that nowadays it's going to be, you're going to see it in everything, whether it's meant to be there or not.
Yeah,
you're going to read into stuff, and so if you choose to focus on that, it's going to, of course, going to take yourself out of the story or take your enjoyment away. But if you can at least separate that for a couple hours, or just acknowledge it's there and not worry about it and just have a good time, then
right. And I know like people sometimes are like, oh, when did things become so political? And it's like, well,
it's always been, honestly, if you go back and look at shows and movies, I've done it too, I've seen it, it's there, you just never noticed it before because it wasn't inundated in your face constantly.
Right. And again, I don't want to be, because who was it that I was watching a YouTube, it was Drew Gooden when he was talking about SNL, when people are like, oh, SNL feels like it's gone so political. But the reality is, I think, I don't want to give him any credit, but like with like Trump's whole election, I feel like especially that has just become so, like, you realize how much politics are integrated into everything. And I remember when I was in school, I was like, nah, my head's in the sand. I'm always going to be in the middle. But you can't be like that, unfortunately. I'm not saying you have to pick a side, but I think you have to acknowledge that, yes, this is how our world works.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm buying a ticket to watch the Barbie movie. And like you said, you can choose to be fixated on that, or you could just go in and enjoy it. Because, to me, I don't believe it was that political at all. I think it made funny jokes because, like I said, it does this nice balance of satire, but like having that nice message. Because again, I think if they focus too much on either one, if it's too satire-y, then it's like, oh, it's really like a downer, isn't it? Our world really sucks. But if you're like trying to go almost too much into the heartfelt stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, I want to do that, but they made that joke about how like, oh, like how the Kens at the end of the movie, they're like, you'll let us into politics? They're like, ooh, maybe. And then the voiceover from oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. Sorry?
Helen Mirren?
Yeah, it just comes in where it was like, oh yeah, they give the Kens about the same amount of political power as we do in women these in our modern times, and it's like, oof, girl. But I mean, that's the unfortunate thing that, like I said, there's still some things in this world that are unfair and unjust. So I think I think they did a good job, because I think, like I said, if they went a little too far into each zone, then it's not the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
You know? So
and I mean,
totally forgot what was happening.
I
just rambled on and I was like, what just happened?
I just blacked out, yeah.
I just blacked out. It was like I was strapped
in a dress.
The Snyder Cut. Oh boy.
No, I totally agree. I think yeah, it's like going back to the politics and stuff too, like where you were saying with the comment she made at the end about politics with the Kens and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you know what? It's a little cringy to hear that. It's a little eye rollish to hear that, but like you said, it is a fact. It's a hard pill to swallow. And I think that's kind of, at least I would think, that's kind of the intention of what the Barbie movie was trying to do, was make that pill a little easier to swallow, to realize that, hey, you know, this is what's happening in the world, and
food for thought.
Yeah, it's like, you know, why is it this way? Why are we making it this way? It's not it's not a we need change now kind of thing, right? It's just kind of like, here's something to consider, you know? We all want to be equal. We're all fighting for equality.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that was also the fun part with, like, again, like, I, like, kind of like you, I wanted to go into the Barbie movie with no expectation, and then, like, having that whole kind of, like, side story with Ken, like, I thought that was super well done.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I love when he's talking when he's like, you know, I'm kind of over the patriarchy, but I found out it wasn't about horses.
It wasn't just about horses, yeah.
I was like, that's so funny.
Right? There were some really cool fun facts I saw, too, on Instagram. The two
share.
Yeah, the two that really stood out to me was that Ken's getup, the cowboy suit. For all you fans who enjoy the show New Girl with Zooey Deschanel, you'll recognize that suit as Schmidt's suit from, like, the first episode that he wears to the club when they're like gonna go out, but they decide they want to go help Jess and, like, back her up, and, like, whatever the storyline was for that. So that was kind of cool. They showed the comparison, so that was kind of a neat little thing. But then the second thing was, I'm assuming they did it on purpose. I cannot remember. It's been a while since I saw the reel, but from what I recall, the four teens with America Ferrera's daughter in the movie were supposed to be resembling the Bratz dolls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they had the same names too, even, but, like, they did, like, a little comparison of each of them, and so you could see how, like, they were all dressed like the Bratz dolls, or at least they all kind of had similar looks to the Bratz dolls. So I thought that was kind of cool too.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
because those are also kind of made by Mattel, aren't they?
I don't know, honestly, but I know they were, like, the rival to Barbie,
right? Because they were like, I remember, because they were like the teenagers.
Yeah, they were, like,
which is funny because. Right, because Barbie was, like, even though she was considered an adult, it was still considered a very kid's toy. So it is funny that that's how it is.
Yeah.
Who manufactures Bratz? MGM Entertainment. So for Micro Games America. Don't sell Bratz anymore?
Yeah, they don't. They're not on the shelves anymore.
The maker of Bratz dolls, MGM Entertainment, was sued by Mattel in 2008 for copyright infringement. Mattel claimed that the creator of Bratz was working for Mattel at the time he came up with the idea and design for the Bratz dolls.
Interesting.
And then the Bratz doll line was renamed to Forever Kids, but production eventually stopped 2009-2010. Some fun dirt there.
Interesting, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot about Helen Mirren. And her voice, like, she only voiced a couple, like, voice lines, but damn, so good. Again, just picking the right people, like.
Right? Yeah.
And then she has that line, because I think it was when Barbie's having her breakdown. She's like, I'm so ugly. And then she goes, yes, hi. So, the director made a poor choice by picking Margot Robbie. She sees the irony in this. I was like, fuck, that's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Just, but yeah, I'd watch it again. I'll be excited. That might be, I haven't bought, like, a lot of movies in a long time, but I feel like I could buy the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I could buy that one. I think so. It's cute to see the doll versions of the Barbie, the characters coming out in the toy stores too.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, I really enjoyed seeing some of the like shout outs to the actual original like Barbie outfits that some of the Barbies had back in the day, like her rollerblading outfit. I definitely had that Barbie when I was a kid, so that was kind of cool to see.
Well, it shows like how much like they put, they went that extra mile.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes when there's like, oh, there's a remake of something, you're like, it's just like a weird watered down version of a character. But they're like, Greta was like, nah, it's Barbie. We're gonna make Barbie Land.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the outfits, and then they had obviously a lot of the dolls.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And just like fucking went for it. Like, why not?
I liked the Midge, the pregnant Barbie, and then the one where it was like the reject Barbies, and it was the one where her boobs get bigger.
Yeah.
Because I remember somebody, I don't know if it was my mom or if it was like one of her friends told me they had that Barbie when they were younger. So I was like, that existed? What? It was so funny.
Even in the credits, right? They even showed like, because there was that one who was like, I have a TV in me.
Yeah,
Who wants this? And then it's an actual Barbie. I'm like, wow.
I remember that
so
Barbie
thoughtful.
Too. Yeah.
So thoughtful. Was my thought. The only critique I'm gonna give, it's not really to the Barbie movie itself, but to the movie studio, because I don't know if you heard this, but because they're like, oh, Barbie is a big success, Mattel's now going to release more movies, like a cinematic universe for their toys.
Oh boy, yeah.
So they were talking about Polly Pocket, Hot Wheels. I think I don't know if it was just like a dream thing, but they were like directed by J.J. Abrams. There were some wacky ones. Oh, and then they were going to do one on the 8-Ball, but it was going to be directed by like Blumhouse, and it would be like a horror film. And when I heard that, I was like, please, no.
I hope that was a joke.
I genuinely do, but like, I don't know anymore. And I just like, this is my cry. Please, just fucking don't.
Because I mean, like, I could see them doing something cool with Hot Wheels, kind of like the Cars movie, almost. But you could, like, the real enjoyment, I don't know, like, again, creativity, we'll see what happens. But like, I just feel like the cool thing would be to see the neat kind of cars, because there's so many cool looking cars for Hot Wheels, and to have like all those different cool looking tracks and things. Like, it could be kind of a neat, like, Fast and Furious meets Cars meets something, right? But yeah, like,
as long as they put the thought into it, maybe just because when I just heard like the Mattel universe, my eyes and my brain like started melting. I was like, no, please, no, we don't need
more universes out there. We're good. Like,
please.
Sometimes it's okay to just do one movie and leave it at that.
Right? But because it did so well,
I don't even know what you do for Polly Pocket. Like, it would just be the same sort of thing as the Barbie movie.
Right? Like, again, maybe I was just being very like pessimistic. I was just like, when I heard it, I was like, oh my god, please, no.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like the Barbie movie was great because it's its own thing. Like, it just no.
That's just the mentality of everybody nowadays. It's like, oh, this works, let's keep doing it. And it's like,
yeah,
no, just leave it. Just let it be.
Like, it's fine. It's fine. When 10 years or something goes by, you can have the reunion, or 5 years, have the reunion or the sequel. Right?
Try something else.
Right. But again, I think that's just me being a little bitter. Because when I heard that, I was like, oh god, no.
Because didn't Hasbro try to do that? They did that with the Transformers, and they had Battleship, and then there was like,
Oh, yeah.
There was a couple like Hasbro game type things where they were, and then people started making jokes about it, like, oh, Sorry's gonna be next, and the Monopoly, and then like Connect Four, and like it's just like, whoa, okay.
It's like, all right, but Transformers worked.
Transformers did work, yes.
I mean, I know they make a lot now, and I'm just like, but like, I don't know. Watching them transform will never get old.
Oh, the original movie it still holds up. Like just the sounds and the effects for that time, and then like us going to Comic-Con to hear the guy who does Optimus Prime and the guy
Peter.
who does
Frank
Peter
Walker.
Cullen and Frank Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cool to
Pretty
hear
fucking
their
cool.
voices and like their experience doing it. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like there's only every so often where like, I don't know if it's just because it's like, I mean, we could always hate on Michael Bay, but obviously he was like the right director for that project.
Totally.
You know, so who knows? Maybe if they find the right people to do it, maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
But I guess right now I'm just I want creative stuff.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, and to be fair, I should clarify. Maybe not like, I don't need like something super indie or just something I could sit down and be like, wow, I didn't know anything about this movie. I sat down and watched it and wow, I had a great time.
Right.
That's what the Barbie movie did for me. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for like the next little while. Movies like that. But.
Yeah. Something that doesn't just have to do with the fact that it's a big name that's in it or a big brand that's in it, right? Like, I don't know if you ever saw a few years ago it was made. It was with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe called The Nice Guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's another really funny one.
I think I remember seeing the trailer for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another one that was like, I know they had like, you know, Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, but like, it was just so different and funny. And I rewatched it again not too long ago, and it still holds up. Like, it's a very funny movie, and it's set back in the 70s, and yeah, it's just such a goofy comedy, and it was so different.
Hells yeah.
So stuff like that. We need more stuff like that. We gotta start writing. We need to start writing.
Writing. I think also, like, yeah, because like I said, I haven't seen it, so I have to, like, maybe remember to go back. Because I feel like, especially just now, it's always like, what's the newest thing?
Yeah.
I gotta keep up with the newest thing. Keep up with the Joneses, where it's like, oh, you know what? There was a movie from 5 years ago that I meant to watch and never did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fucking watch it.
Right.
Why the fuck not? But anyways, I think that'll do it for today's episode.
I think so.
Thanks for watching today's episode of a Piece. We really appreciate it. Let us know in the comments down below if you've seen the Barbie movie and what you thought of it.
Yeah.
Consider leaving us a little like-see. And don't forget to subscribe to two pretty cool gals, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, watch all the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.